You guys split the doubleheader today. Just kind of your thoughts overall on today and the two games.
I mean, we finished strong. You know, we got some good starting pitching out of both starters that threw today. I thought Colin in the first game was really, really good. You know, I thought Jason was really good as well. And then our relief pitching in the second game was really good. You know, we swung the bats a lot better in the second game. You know, the first game, I think that was the coaching staff's fault. We obviously didn't look like were very well prepared in about the sixth inning of that game, when we could have probably flipped that inning pretty easily after it started poorly with a couple of walks. And we didn't execute some things that are probably the responsibility of the coaches, and we obviously didn't teach it well enough to where we could execute it in a game.
Is that just like, when you say it's the coach's fault and you could have stopped that sixth inning from happening, is that like getting guys loose and ready before? No, it's simple bunt defense situations where we should be able to do some things right there and minimize innings, and we didn't. What do you think of Colin's performance in the first game?
Whose?
Clark's.
I thought Clark pitched really good. You know, I thought he had a couple of jams that he pitched out of, you know, and very effectively. But I thought he pitched very, very well. Pounded the strike zone. I liked what I saw out of Colin.
Kind of after that sixth inning blow up, Gabe Howard comes in and gives you three strong innings. What'd you think of his performance as a freshman?
Good. I thought he lost a little bit in the last inning. You know, we had a long offensive inning, and he lost a little bit in that. But you know, for his first freshman outing of his career, I thought he came in and he gave us a chance to be able to get back in the game, and we did. You know, we had a chance to be able to come on top and win that thing, and we didn't.
What did you like about Reeds' start in game two?
He was dominant.
What did you see from your two freshman catchers today?
I thought they caught really well.
For Reeds, he went out after 45 pitches. Was he at like a lower pitch count threshold than the other guys?
Yes.
Or did you just okay? So what goes into that? Like why was he at the 45, 50 threshold?
A lot goes into those things.
Okay. What do you think of Shunk's performance? He kind of Shunk, the first starter of game one for Toledo. He kept you guys in check for 5 innings.
I've been impressed with Toledo's pitching. You know, they're throwing their off-speed pitches for a strike 75% of the time on the weekend. The guys that didn't, we were able to get to. But you know, the guys that did, they've been extremely effective, and they have really good arms.
Incredibly efficient outing from Ian out of the pen game two. What did you see from him, and what was just working for him?
Well, he's got a lot of different speeds of pitches and a lot of things cutting and running, and you know, he threw 6 innings and 67 pitches. He was really effective. He got ahead of hitters, and then, you know, made them swing at the pitches that he wanted them to swing at, and contact was weak. He really gave us everything that we could have asked and more.
Jacob's homered in three games now. You know, 2 of them, but 3 over the course of the weekend. Just kind of what's been really clicking for him at the plate, and what's it like seeing him get those over the yard?
Yeah, I mean, he's been really good. You know, even in our scrimmages leading into all this, he's just older now and more mature, and he's done a better job of seeing how pitchers are working him and making adjustments. Really, you know, you're starting to see his age, which is good.
Program record, 7 home runs in that second game. Does it mean anything for you, or just?
Yeah, I like program records. You know, anytime you break a record, you know, I mean, I'm not on stats so much, but, you know, any record is great, you know. And, you know, when I first came in and took the job, I think one of the staples that we had was we were going to get physical, and we were going to be big, and we were going to have an exciting team. You know, we're not thrilled with the 1-1 day today at all. Thought the first game was really competitive and a well-played game. I credit their left fielder that, once again, I think they've robbed 3 home runs on the weekend, and that play that the left fielder made, 2 plays that the left fielder made, both were worth multiple runs, would have cleared the bases. So, you know, they've played really good baseball. It's been a competitive series, and, you know, any record that we can get, especially when we're giving a product to the fans we feel like that they wanted to see, instead of it being a deal where we couldn't hit the ball over the fence. We're showing that we can. I'm not happy with the completeness of the offense yet. I think we still are leaving some things out there with the offense, and there's a lot to improve on. But, you know, there are some things that are clearly silver lining.
What are the things that you're really looking for them to improve on heading into the last game of the series?
Well, you said we had 7 home runs today. Probably 6 of them were solo shots. So getting guys on base before a homer would be great. You know, exposing defenses when they allow you to do some things. We had a couple of base running blunders today that one we got away with and one we didn't get away with. And so regardless of whether we got away with it or not. There were blunders, and so those need to be tightened up. Yesterday I thought we ran the bases really well, and today I didn't think we ran the bases as well with those blunders.
Jeffco's bridge in the second game got robbed in the first game, like you mentioned, by Walton and left. He's had some good contact in the first 3 games. Just what have you seen from him and his improvements over the offseason translating to this year?
He's been really probably our toughest out in the order, right? He's been hard to strike out. He's been a guy that's not afraid to shorten up on the bat and be a little old school, and take his hit by pitches. And he's been playing like a throwback player, and I think it's been really something that he really started to do. Well, I don't know when he started. I've just seen it all year, from the fall and the spring scrimmages. He's just been a really tough, pesky hitter.
It's obviously a small sample size, but what have you thought of the second base competition so far between Ryan and Drew?
Well, it's pretty interesting, and Ryan can play shortstop too. And so, it's nice that Maddox, got a couple of swings in there too, because, there's a lot of good players on that infield. And, we're not going to have a problem putting anybody on the bench if somebody deserves to be on the bench or somebody deserves to be starting. We've got several guys that can go out there and play a really good shortstop. Several guys can go out and play second or third base, and that's fun to have. Jack Brooks, I don't think, has played an inning in the infield, and the guy's really good too. And so, all those guys, it's good to see them, the competition. It's good to see guys starting to get going, but they're going to need to because, there's guys that are probably right behind them that might even be better than the guys that are starting right now. Time will tell. Time will tell. I remember one year that one of the banners here has got a picture of Aaron Zavala on the sign, and Aaron Zavala, I don't think we started in our first game or two or whatever the season that he ended up being the Pac-12 Player of the Year and a sandwich pick, I think, in the draft. So, nevertheless, it's just how guys play is how they're going to earn playing time, and we got a lot of really good players on the infield. It's been fun watching Cooney, Maloney, today, and Carter's been an experienced player, and Jack Brooks is really good too. So we'll see how it shakes out. Drew Smith's had a good start as well. So we got a lot to work with there. It's fun.